What's happening? On to the next step in building a strong foundation as a guitar player. We're going to look at 4 chords. All of them are called 7 chords or dominant 7 chords. These are not to be confused with minor 7 or major 7. Don't worry about the theory in that. This is something that will come up later on. All right, but the 7 chords are very heavily used in blues, also in jazz, along with minor 7 and major 7. These 4 chords are going to allow you to play 2 different blues progressions, which will be the next video. The E7 chord, the A7 chord, the D7 chord, and the B7 chord. The B7 chord uses all 4 fingers on your fretting hand. This is what we call a benchmark chord, or that's what I call it anyway. That means when you can move comfortably to and from the B7 chord, you have moved to another level. Do not ignore the B7 chord, thereby slowing yourself down. Attack that B7 chord knowing that it's going to lift up the other ones. Now, the first thing that we want to do with chords is identify 3 different numbers: our finger number, our fret number, and our string number. So I'm going to start with the E7 chord. My first finger is going to go on the first fret of the 3rd string. We count the strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my second finger is going to go on the 5th string, 2nd fret. That is an E7 chord. When you put your fingers down like that, then go through, check every string. Now you probably get stuff like this happening. All right, don't worry about it. Keep working at it. But make sure that you are buttressing your fingers like so. Not like that, okay? You have to do it like this. What you're doing here, and I pointed this out with finger exercises, you're transferring the energy all the way into your arm. If you're doing that, the energy ends right there. You have no support. So be sure you're doing it like this. You'll notice the quality of the chords improve, even though your fingers want to collapse. That's E7 chord. Now, look for patterns. Always look for patterns. Everything we do as human beings involves patterns. Watch how I can take my second finger, drop it toward the floor 1 string. Now I lift my first finger. Now my second finger is on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Now I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. And I'm not going to play the 6th string E. I'm going to play. Now try moving between them. See which finger moves first. When you move chords, even though it looks like everything's moving at the same time, if we go into slow-mo, we're usually moving 1 finger at a time. The more clarity you get when you're doing that, the faster you're going to learn it. This is not nitpicking. This is actually getting you to learn faster. If you're impatient like me, do it this way. Now, if I take that A7 chord and I drop it toward the floor 1 string where my second finger is on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and my 3rd finger is on the 1st string, 2nd fret. Now I can put my 1st finger on the string in between. That is 1st finger, 2nd string, 1st fret. Then I can play 5 strings. And I've got a D7 chord. All right? So that's 3 of them. Now look at the shape of the D7 chord. And this one's tough. Everybody has a little trouble with it because it's a distance to move. But that shape of that D7 chord, move it toward the ceiling 1, then 2 strings, and you are 3/4 of the way to your B7. You notice I have to move my fingers down to make space because I want to be behind the fret, not on it. And I'm going to get my poor weak little pinky that will always be a poor weak little pinky in comparison to the other fingers, so give it all the work it can get so it can keep up, because it's going to become an incredibly valuable finger for you. And I put that on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and I got the B7 chord. I am not playing that 6th string. It would make the chord sound dissonant. It's still a chord, but it's not the one we're looking for. That's the B7. Now look at the B7. There's my 2nd finger right there. I lift these, move my 1st finger over. I got the E7. Practice that move. Now watch here, when I lift these 2 and I drop toward the floor, I got the A7. Practice that move. Practice that A7 to D7. E7 to A7, everything moves. So you're going to look at the patterns between the chords that allow you to see how little is actually changing and what is moving where. So that's it for those 4 chords, E7, A7, D7, and B7. The next video is going to address what you're going to do to learn the 12-bar blues, for which are 2 backing tracks that you can start improvising with. All right.